All right, let's talk about one of the most frustrating parts of motocross, something that can make or break your day at the track: suspension tuning. Today, we're diving into a tool that promises to make it safe, simple, and incredibly precise.
You know that feeling, right? Standing over your bike, tool in hand, second-guessing everything. Am I adding compression or taking it away? Is this one click going to make the bike feel amazing, or am I about to make it a whole lot worse? It's a feeling every single rider knows, and it's exactly what we're going to solve today.
So here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with what I call the suspension guessing game. Then we'll see how a simple shift from clicks to percentages changes everything. After that, we'll look at why a digital logbook is your new best friend, how you can tap into a community of riders, and finally, how to find that perfect, elusive balance. Okay, let's dive right into the heart of the problem, the suspension guessing game. And let's be honest, it's a high-stakes game of confusion that we've all been forced to play.
You're out there counting clicks, trying to remember if clockwise is harder on the forks but softer on the shock, or, wait, was it the other way around? Did you start from all the way in or all the way out? Get it wrong, and you're not just looking at a bad lap time. You could be creating a really dangerous setup. And this isn't just a beginner thing. This confusion hits riders at every level.
So how do we finally stop guessing? Well, the app offers a really smart, simple solution to this super complex problem. It's all about making one fundamental shift, moving away from clicks and into the world of percentages. Think about it this way. Clicks are relative. They're ambiguous. 12 clicks out means one thing on a KYB fork and something completely different on a WP fork. It's risky. But percentages, they are absolute. They're clear. 50% is 50%, no matter what bike you're on. This simple change takes you from a risky guess to a safe, concrete number.
And just so we're all on the same page, a percentage here is just a piece of the pie. It's a fraction of the total adjustment range a suspension has, shown as a number out of 100. So when you set your compression to 60%, you know exactly where you are. There's just no room for error.
And this is where the app makes it completely foolproof with its smart converter. It's a simple three-step process. 1, you decide on your target. Let's say 60% compression. 2, the app instantly does the math and tells you the exact number of clicks to get there. And 3, it gives you a simple graphic, an arrow, showing you exactly which way to turn the screwdriver. You literally can't get it wrong.
So now you're dialing in your settings with total confidence. The next question is, how do you keep track of that perfect setup once you find it? This is where your digital setup logbook comes in, because when you find a setting that just clicks, that information is pure gold.
I mean, this quote really says it all. Your settings are gold. They're not just numbers, they're the result of your time, your testing, your effort. They're what keep you safe out there, and they're what can give you a serious competitive advantage. You gotta protect that.
And the app makes it easy to protect that gold. All your settings are stored securely in the cloud, so you'll never lose them. You can save detailed notes for specific tracks, Undinilla, super muddy, or Loretta's, hard packed. And when you want to switch back to a saved setting, the app calculates the exact adjustment needed. The visual guides are so easy to follow, you can hand your phone to your dad, your mom, or a buddy, and they can make the change for you perfectly.
Now, what if you could take all that valuable data and tap into the knowledge of hundreds of other riders? Well, that's the next big piece of the puzzle. The community advantage. This is the key, the real game changer. Because everyone is speaking the same universal language, percentages, you can share settings with anyone, no matter what brand of suspension they have. Your buddy's on a WP setup and you're on KYB, no problem. A 60% compression setting means the same thing for both of you, and the app will handle the specific click count for each bike. This just opens up a whole new world of collaboration.
And finally, let's talk about maybe the most critical part of any setup, finding perfect balance. Your forks and your shock have to be working as a team. The big question is, how can you be sure that they are?
It's kind of crazy, but a ton of bikes, even brand new ones, come with unbalanced suspension. A lot of riders know that feeling of a stink bug rear end, where the back of the bike feels way too high and twitchy. That's usually a classic sign that your shock and forks are not on the same page. Inside the app, you can see an imbalance like this instantly. In this example, the fork's compression is set at 70%, but the shock is all the way down at 50%. You can see at a glance that they aren't working in harmony. What's likely happening is the rider is making the fork stiffer to try and compensate for a soft shock, which is a common mistake that just doesn't work.
So what's the goal? What's the magic number? Well, the ideal starting point for a balanced bike is to have both your forks and shock right around 50% for compression and rebound. Starting at 50% gives you the most room to adjust in either direction, stiffer or softer, to perfectly match the track conditions.
And the app makes this whole process incredibly easy. It puts the percentages for your forks and your shock right there, side by side on the same screen. You don't have to guess or try to feel if there's an imbalance. You can actually see it right there in the data, instantly.
So when you put it all together, the transformation is just undeniable. This is a move away from that confusing, risky world of counting clicks and hoping for the best, and a leap into a new era of safe, data-driven precision.
Which leaves us with one big question to think about. With technology that makes suspension tuning this simple, this safe, and this collaborative, have we finally reached the point where that frustrating, dangerous guesswork is truly a thing of the past?